All right, folks, welcome back to the channel and to another episode of Hickory Hunts, where I show you my search for hickory golf clubs and antique golf equipment in antique stores, flea markets, wherever else I might be. This week we're in Wisconsin. I just finished spending a couple days with my mom and some friends, and my mom likes to antique shop just as much as I do. So we're going to show you today some of our favorite antique stores in Wisconsin. There are plenty more that I'll show you in future episodes, but just wanted to show you some of our favorites to start. And I found plenty of clubs on this little trip, but I didn't buy many. You know, one of the reasons why is because while there are several, clubs that you can find in these stores, the Wisconsin Hickory golfers are a very active and vibrant group here in the state, kind of spread out across the state. And they do a really good job of making sure that the cool clubs don't really make it to the stores. Or if they do, they're pretty active in finding clubs in antique stores themselves. So it's one of the things that I've found, that is, if you're looking for hickory golf clubs and antique golf equipment in an area where there's an active hickory golf scene, sometimes the pickings are a little slim. That said, saw plenty of clubs that I'm going to show you here in this video, and gives me an opportunity to kind of share some more tips about the clubs that you're finding, especially for beginners. If you're just now starting your hickory golf collection, I'm hopeful that you'll find some useful tips out of this video and the clubs that I find and that I can talk about. So I'm not going to waste any more time talking. Let's get into the first batch of antique shops that I'm going to show you from searching for hickory golf clubs in Wisconsin. Okay, next stop, Fox Lake Antiques in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. Been in this one before. Don't think I saw any clubs here last time, but I have bought some other antiques. So let's see, it says use other door. I'll just go in through the windows. I can't find the door here. All right, here we go. All right, so inside Fox Lake Antiques Mall. Yeah, like I said, it's been about a year since I was last here, and I'm seeing some of the same stuff here. So, I know there's probably been some turnover in booths, but a lot of these are the same. So it might be another one where you don't need to come as often, but still worth checking out every 3-6 months, something like that, to see if somebody new is here. But yeah, we'll give this place a close look. We're about 30 minutes west of Milwaukee here, so we're in an area that could have clubs. Here's an empty booth right here, so yeah, there's definitely stuff that happens here. And here's a sports booth, so while I'm talking, just kind of take a look together in here. It's like mostly baseball and football stuff in this one. Nice Clemente jersey there. But yeah, like I said, I don't remember finding anything here last time, but it just feels promising, like there should be something here. So we'll see what we see. Still haven't found a club yet, but I did see something over here I wanted to show you. When you're in antique stores with fishing equipment, you often see racks for holding fishing rods, and that's a pretty cool one. I haven't seen one like that. Very sturdy. The issue with a lot of the new fishing rod holders is that they're a little flimsy, and so I think I'm going to pick this one up. $39, and there's some probably 6 or 6.5 foot rods in there, and it's holding them up nice and straight. So excited to find that. It looks like it holds 12 clubs. So that'll be a good thing for me to have next to the workbench when I'm working on clubs. It'll be a way for me to organize them as I'm working on them. And yeah, so I just wanted to show you that pickup. So my mom and I did pretty good in there. I ended up getting the fishing rod holder, which is going to hold 12 clubs total. And no clubs. Saw a probably 80s vintage, early 80s vintage canvas bag that I could have used, but the zipper got stuck when I was testing it. So that's the worst thing on a golf bag, when your zipper's stuck and you can't get it open or closed. Yeah, my mom said, or on your pants, equally bad. So yeah, not a bad pickup though. And I like this store. There's a lot of stuff in there. So yeah, on to the next one. This is the Pilgrim Antique Mall, Germantown. And found clubs here before, so I'm optimistic I will find some more in here. Actually picked up some Spalding Crow Flights last time I was here. So nothing great, but it was a good price on them. And I'm hoping that either I left some behind or I missed some or there's some new ones. I haven't been here in a year, so let's see what's going on. Like I said, I've had pretty good luck in here actually finding clubs, so I'm optimistic that I'll see something here today. Take a closer look at the cabinets this time. Oh, here we go. I'm seeing the prices before I see the clubs, but that's a good start. 19 bucks. Looks like fairly common here. Check the focus on that. There we go. So yeah, we got Berkey Stylist. So, you know, common clubs. It's a pretty straight shaft though. And one of the things that I've been looking at lately is picking up mid-iron shafts that are 34 inches or longer to put different heads on. The Spalding shafts I think are my favorites. These are okay, but you can tell that the wood's not as good of a quality as maybe a Spalding shaft would be. But I might keep this in mind. So let's just see what else is in here. They're all priced the same, so I'm guessing they're similar. There's a Spalding Thistle. Looks like a mashie. Oh, actually, that's probably a mid-iron as well. So, yeah, in this instance, you know, we've got a Spalding. Sorry, cameras. I don't have the GoPro on right now. So this is a Spalding shaft, but it's a, you know, still not as good. And it looks like maybe at one point, yeah, it looks like it's probably the original shaft. Anyhow, I'm not real impressed with the wood on these quite yet, so let's keep looking here. There's, looks to be, yeah, mashie. So this is actually the same set as the mid-iron. Depending on what this third club is going to be, or fourth club rather, if it's another Berkey, I might pick these up just because it's kind of a nice short set. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's another Thistle. So we got a Thistle mashie and a Thistle mid-iron, and then the two Berkey. So yeah, I have to think about these. I'll see if I see anything else, but I might just leave these behind for someone else. I haven't checked the swing weight on any of these yet. They're a little light, but you know, it's not anything I necessarily need, so it might be fun for someone else to come by through and or come through here and find these. Yeah, if I remember right, this was the booth that I found the clubs in last time, so I don't remember if I cleaned them out or if I just took some good ones, and there might be others here. Actually, take a look at these planes. I don't think those are Stanleys. Kind of keeping an eye out right now for Stanley number 6 to do shaft work with, but yeah, this one's got a lot in it. This one's definitely one where you want to look in the corners, peek around. Oh, I got a bag here. Oh, and this looks like more clubs than I saw last time. Oh, that's heavy with one arm. Could really use the GoPro right here. Okay. Let's just lay these on the ground, because I think that's going to be the easiest way to look at them. All right, so we've got a Windsor. Zoom in on that. Flanged Windsor putter. I'm good on putters right now. There's a Spalding Pro Flight.
Or garlic, one of the two.
So this one is, looks like the 6, number 6 iron. 25 bucks, that's pretty good. And shaft, looks pretty straight. Still, you know, 25 bucks, that's a little bit more than I'll pay just for a shaft, unless it's a really outstanding shaft. And it's, you know, probably mashie length, which I'm good on those. I really need longer shafts right now. All right, let's see what else is in here. So it's a Harry Murdoch, kind of a little bit of an offset putter. Yeah, nothing real special there. So this is, if I can read it, Vim. Yeah, so this is another common. This looks like a spade mashie. 25. And I'm pretty sure that WLS stands for World's Largest Store. This is a late Hickory era. It's got the distance on them, or on the club there. So, you know, got mostly commons here, and they're all priced decently. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's maybe a McGregor. It might be a Spalding too. I can't tell. You know, when I just see like the mark like that, sometimes you see that on Spalding and McGregor clubs, and I don't remember which that particular one is. That might be the one I just looked at. A lot of putters in here. Now there's a Great Lakes. So Great Lakes Golf Company was a Milwaukee-based club maker back in the day, and they had some bigger names attached to them. So here's the Tommy Armour. That's a ladies putter. Tommy Armour, Bobby Cruikshank, they all had, both of them had clubs with Great Lakes. Yeah, this looks like somebody's stash of putters that they didn't really want. There's another jerky. This actually might be from the same series as those other clubs I showed you earlier. No, this is from their Speedway. The other ones were stylists, I believe. But yeah, nonetheless, you know, 25 bucks. Let's see what the weight is on this. This actually feels pretty good. The shaft is just a little warped there. Not focusing right. There you go. Yeah, a little warped. So it probably needs a new shaft before it's playable. I'm gonna dig in here a little quicker here to see if there's anything else I'm missing. Saw that one. Yeah, there's another common. So mostly commons. Then we got a couple brassies here. Let's check these out. That's a Lovekin. I've had some of his clubs before. I forget his first name, but I've found some other Lovekins in the past. This one's got a pretty significant crack right through the face there. Probably wouldn't feel comfortable playing that. It kind of crumbs up here into the neck as well. So that's probably just a wall hanger. Got a Croydon. These are priced well, 32 bucks. This one looks like somebody at some point did something here to kind of shore up the neck. I can't tell. Not a lot of loft on that one as is, so I mean there'd be some significant work you'd want to do to that to get it playable. Probably not quite worth it. And then we got another common maker here, Common Club. So yeah, I think these clubs were probably, you know, we're in Wisconsin Hickory golfer country here, so I'm guessing somebody had some commons and you know, hoping to find some diamonds in the rough, but probably more so somebody's clubs that they just didn't have any use for in play sets, and figured they'd sell some wall hangers, and for the price, you know, of each of these, that's a good price for wall hangers. So just finished in Pilgrim Antique Mall and saw several clubs, all of which were pretty much commons, and I figured I would leave those behind for someone else to find because I don't need them, and I didn't even think really the shafts were that great to buy them for, but their prices were good. So yeah, come on up to Pilgrim Antique Mall in Germantown if you're looking for some cheaper clubs to build a beginner set with. All right, inside Rustic Dairyland Antique Mall. I've found clubs here in the past, randomly. I don't think I've found any good hickories here. I have bought some golf stuff from this booth, and I actually see some clubs here, so let's see what we got. Clubs and bag, 80 bucks. Looks like pretty standard commons here. Kilty putter. like I've said maybe in previous videos here, there are a lot of Wisconsin Hickory golfers, so I don't really expect to find a whole lot of great finds in these stores where there's, you know, a pretty active Hickory scene. And wouldn't be surprised if this booth is associated with a Hickory golfer, because I've bought Hickory golf stuff from, not clubs, but like just golf memorabilia from this booth before. Just looking in here to see if there's any golf balls that I haven't seen before. This is a pretty small shop right off of 94. They sell cheese here like any good Wisconsin antique shop should. And yeah, it doesn't take me too long to go through it. Oh, here's some clubs in the corner over here. This is more clubs than I've ever found in this shop. It's a Berkey built putter. Spalding Dundee, you know, so far common clubs. I'm guessing this one is as well. I can see the price here. Prices are fine, but not really any clubs that I necessarily need. It's a Crow Flight, if I could turn it around. That's a pretty good Crow Flight. Nice condition. And $22. It's a pretty good price. You know, again, I've got a lot of Crow Flights right now. I don't really need shafts this short. If it was a mid-iron, I might consider it, because I do like the Spalding shafts. But yeah, I'll probably pass on that. I'll leave that for somebody else looking for clubs. This is a pretty good store. It's not big, but I usually find stuff here. And as I was coming around the corner here, I found a club. Let's take a look at it together here. Oh, nice. It's McGregor Mashie Niblick. Ladies, that's what the L signifies there. Oh, that's a concave pitcher. See if we can focus on that. See that? Just perceptibly concave. You know, I have a men's version of this club. I haven't even checked the price yet. And it's pretty light. And the ladies club obviously is light as well, which you'd expect. Let's see how much it is. 40 bucks. Yeah, that's probably pretty close to what it's worth. You know, and in this case, you'd be buying it for collectible purposes, unless you were putting together a lighter set for somebody. But I'm guessing this is probably in the upper B range in swing weight. So, if for some reason they made these pitchers really light, and especially if it's for a lady, you know, a ladies club, they're pretty light. So, yeah, that's a good start. Let's see what else we can find here. So, booth next to the one with the concave pitcher, we've got two bags here, and looks like a mix of Hickory and Pyrotone. So let's see what we've got for the Hickories. Here, the H. Peterson late era Crow Flight. I'm guessing these are probably being sold as a batch. Let's see. Nope, golf bag, 45 bucks on its own. So the clubs should have their own prices. Let's see. Oh, this is a different one. That's a ladies Mashie Niblick. Common club here. 20 bucks. That's a good price. So if we see something interesting here, we might have a good deal. It's an elite putter. So that's a smooth face. 20 bucks. Ladies. I would say this is probably post 1900, probably around 1905, right before smooth faces kind of went out of fashion. I don't see a shaft stamp. Focus on that. No, I'm not going to be able to focus on that. Yeah. Anyway, I don't see one. Got a St. Andrews bend. That's a good thing to show you real quick. So anytime you see a bow, it's like that. That's a St. Andrews bend. It's actually got a bend with to put the hands forward as well. So kind of cool. But it's actually got, yeah, for a ladies putter, it's got some good weight to it. Probably don't need that though. Let's see what else we got here. Here's an H&B. Focus on that. It's nice, kind of I don't believe this is, yeah, this has been painted. Somebody tried to paint that gold. Here's basically the Crowflight version of a spade mashie. This is their, I believe it's the 6-iron, or well, it's not a 6-iron, but it's number 6 iron in the Crowflight series. Also very light. I'm guessing $20 for this one too. $25. This is usually a pretty good player if it's got weight to it. A couple more to check here. It's a Kilty, common maker there, mid-iron. And then Spalding M series, these have a kind of an interesting scoring. Now this one, yeah, a lot of times they're just kind of half of the face has got the scoring and then it's a smooth face on the other. This one's almost a deep groove, but not quite. These clubs are usually pretty light as well. And this one's seen better days with the shaft, so probably pass on this one too. Like I said, I'm still pretty picky about what I buy right now. I don't really need anything, so I'm waiting for something to really catch my eye. This last club here is a Burke. Actually, I'm sorry, this is a Wilson Aimwright, late era, and that shaft is completely taped up. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, so I like this store because Lake Geneva's got a lot of history and a lot of money in it. So a lot of folks from Illinois, specifically Chicago, you know, would kind of use Lake Geneva as their summer getaway. And so a lot of this furniture and you know, paint, architectural salvage type pieces come from the larger mansions, which are technically summer homes and cottages. But from a golf perspective, that also means there's interesting golf memorabilia up here as well. Some cool golf courses in the area. And anytime you have Chicago money involved, there's a good chance of finding some interesting stuff. So I always like coming in here, and the stock actually rotates, or you know, through pretty quick, and new vendors are constantly coming in here. So it's actually a good store to check on a regular basis, and it helps that it's only like 20 minutes away from my mom's house. So she's in here looking around too. And I definitely recommend stopping in here whenever you're in the Lake Geneva, Wisconsin area. Say hi, Mom.
No.
Well, you were right in where I needed to be. So this is the highlight of the shop. This is Bryant Murphy's booth right here. I haven't been here in about a year. Now maybe 6 months. I don't remember. But anyway, if you're looking for Hickory clubs of all sorts, you're going to find them here if you're looking for any memorabilia at all. And we're going to take a closer look at what Bryant's got going on. Bryant and I, when I'm filming this right now, we're about a week out from the Golf Heritage Society National Convention, so I know Bryant is getting all of his gear ready for that, but he's got so much that there's plenty to be spread around. So let's take a closer look at what he's got going on. I'll be looking at this at the, you know, along with you for the first time here. I bought a line cut gutty from him last time I was here. He's got a couple others here in the case. That's a good price for that, $100 for a legit line cut. That's a really good condition Osprey bramble ball right there. And then we got a Worsley line cut gutty there as well. You know, with gutty balls, if they don't have any markings on them, that's usually the more affordable. When they have markings on them and they're in good shape, you know, those are premium examples of a gutta percha. So as you can see, Bryant's got a little bit of everything here. Over here, he's got some really good kind of, you know, budget buy clubs, $32. These are all really well priced. And I found some good players in here too before. I know he's always adding new stuff, so you know, just giving you a look at what he's got in here. That looks like a pretty good niblick, actually. A little lighter than I like, but still $32. So they're common clubs, common makers, but good weight. That's a nice size thistle niblick there. And there's a classic Mashy Niblick based on the Fowlis design. So you know, this is, yeah, dot faced as well. This was probably 1910, 1912, maybe a little bit later than that, but it's very close to the original Fowlis design. Yeah, you can even see that Bryant's got that on there, Mashy Niblick Fowlis style. So they started to, you know, get a little bit away from this after 1912 or so, and turn it into more of a club that looks like, I don't know, a lofted Mashy, basically. Yeah, just scanning the rest here. Common clubs, but good quality common clubs for players. He's got a lot of putters here. Here's a flanged example. So then take a walk over here, and this is where the premium clubs are. I've bought stands from him as well, and we'll take a closer look and see what he's got for sale. But I really like the variety of stands he uses for displaying his clubs. Kind of a combination of club, you know, stands dedicated to club display and also fishing rod holders. And then, you know, I've got these fiber bins as well. But let's just take a quick look. I'm not going to look through all of these, but I just want to kind of point out a couple in here that I think are interesting. Here's an anti-shank Stewart Niblick. Feels like it's line faced, yeah. Good weight on this one. And 125. This is the Fairley's patent. So you'll, you know, as far as anti-shank clubs go, you'll run into Fairley's patent or Smith model. And as you get to know these, you'll be able to identify them quicker. But I don't know the difference even. You know, I've heard of the two different styles, and I have examples of the Smith, but not any Fairley. So here's a good example of the right-handed Walter Hagen from the same, well, it's a similar series as the left-handed clubs that I found in Michigan, if you watched my hunting hickories in Michigan video. And as I mentioned, you know, Bryant's got a good price on this because these Hagens are good players. Not only are they collectible, but they're also good players. And so that's why I mentioned those lefties are a good pickup. Like me, Bryant will, you know, pick out clubs common clubs that have weight, and put a premium price on those. So here we have a Piccadilly. It's a, you know, more of a common brand, but interestingly, for an economy brand, they actually dabbled in deep groove. So we've got a deep groove example from them. That's $85. That's a good price on that. Winchester, as I've mentioned before in other videos, collectible for both golf club collectors and also gun collectors. So he's got that in here. 75. It's all of these, you know, Bryant's prices are very fair and appropriate for what they are. And he's constantly putting different stuff in here. And if he doesn't have something and you're looking for it specifically, just ask at the counter for his information, and he can, you know, try to find it. And sure, if he doesn't have it, he might know somebody who does. This is cool, the Bulldog brand, if I remember right. Yeah, it's RD Pride. RD Pride was a Connecticut maker associated with Yale Golf Course, and there's collectors of that particular club. Jacob Orcutt is a collector of Pride clubs because he likes Connecticut stuff. Here's a, looks like a Forgan. Yeah, crown stamp here on this Forgan signifies that it's post 1904 or 1902, I forget which. He's got 1905 on it, but if you see the plume, those are pre-1901 or 1902. I forget the exact date. The plume ones are eligible for National Hickory Play. The crown ones are not. So if it's smooth face, and this one is smooth face, technically that wouldn't be eligible for the open division of the National Hickory Championship, but you could use it in the reserve and certainly use it for any gutty event. That doesn't have specific rules. This is a nice extra deep putter. That's probably a, yeah. He's got 1905 on that. That's probably about right, I would say, you know. post 1900, but not too far. So anyway, yeah, could spend a lot of time looking at those clubs. Let's just give you a quick look at what else is going on in his booth here. He's got golf bags, all of which look like they're still fully functional. So if you want a vintage bag for your clubs, I would recommend that. We got more golf balls here, and I know he's got way more than this that he'll be bringing to the GHS National. My mom bought me this mug for my birthday last year. That's a Royal Dalton. So that's cool. You had another one. And I think that's, that's good. You got to come here and check this out for yourself, though. I mean, that's a great Donald Ross portrait. A little big for my space. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's probably from a golf course that Ross designed. But anyway, yeah. So this is certainly the highlight for golf collectors in, the southern Wisconsin golf collecting scene. You don't see booths like this in antique stores very often. And like I said, if you're looking for something specific, Bryant is certainly one to go to. I've been to his house and he's got tons of clubs. So I think that'll do it for here.